as usual, after returning from market, I applied the sanitizer. But the interesting thing is, after I applied the sanitizer, my palms started feeling so cool. Like, we have been using sanitizer from 10 months and today I'm observing it. Like, how is it possible? Huh? Have you guys also observed the same? Like your palms feeling cool? Did you also notice? I have noticed it today, but why did I feel cool is my question. It is called something, wait. It is called as evaporation, I feel. Evaporation itself, right? Or there is one more word. Vaporization. Then what is it? Evaporation, vaporization. बहुत बड़ा confusion है यार. Do you guys know about it? Put in the comment section and tell me, huh? I really want to find the answer. And moreover, I'm so much confused because evaporation or vaporization difference क्या है? What shall I do now? Just chill, Amulya. Why fear when chemistry genie is here? Huh? See, the answer is very simple. It is because of evaporation and not vaporization. Yes. In case you guys don't know what vaporization is, then check out the previous videos. Genie, evaporation. Yeah, I was about to tell that itself. I knew the answer. थोड़ा सा confusion था, पर मुझे पता था वो evaporation ही है. Oh, you knew the answer already. That's why you had the confusion. It's okay. I know that you don't know what evaporation is. Listen, let me tell you. We can define evaporation as the conversion of liquid state of matter to vapor state below the boiling point. It's called as evaporation. This is just the definition part. Easily you can understand, or sometimes you will have marked it up also. Am I correct? But our main concern is how this process is happening. I told that conversion is taking place, but how it is getting converted, this will surely have come to your mind. Okay, not to worry, it's very simple. Consider a container and I've completely filled this container with water. Okay, so in water, what is present? What is present in water? Obviously the particles. You will have water particles. If you remember, while studying about the characteristics of particles, we came across one characteristic. That is, particles possess kinetic energy in them. Means what? This may be having some X kinetic energy. This may be having Y. This may have Z. This may have A kinetic energy. So every particle will have its own kinetic energy. Think that this Z molecule is having the highest kinetic energy compared to all. So what it will do? It will not sit quiet. It will start overcoming the forces of attraction with the other particles. Okay, this is my Z molecule. It is having attractive forces with the particles which are on the sides, which are below it. So slowly, because of the higher kinetic energy, it will start to break the forces. So once these forces start to break, what is happening now? What happened? Just observe and tell me, what is happening? Yes, it got separated. Are you understanding this? It got separated from the other particles of that liquid. Means what? Now it has become an individual molecule. It will easily escape to the environment. It is now an individual particle. So let's go to according to definition. Conversion of liquid. Initially it was liquid to vapor state. Now it is in the vapor state. So once it escapes out, it's in vapor state. So this is how exactly the conversion is happening. Are you understanding this? Okay. See, this is simple. But I have a question for you. Below boiling point, you call it as evaporation. But if this process starts to happen at the boiling point or maybe above the boiling point, then what? Then what you call that process as? Put your answers in the comment section. Let me see how many of you have guessed it right or how many of you have really thought about this. Okay? Jeannie, are there any factors on which evaporation depends upon? Of course, Amulya. Evaporation depends upon certain conditions. More than conditions, I can call them as factors. See, there are mainly 4 factors on which evaporation rate depends on. The first one is surface area, temperature, humidity and wind speed. So based on these 4 factors, the evaporation rate keeps on changing. Let us understand it. Let me give you an example. Let me draw it and show how many of you will guess it right. So what is this? So what have I done? Yes, correct. I am glad that you're able to identify this diagram. So I have put the clothes for drying. So try to relate this drying of clothes with these factors. Easily you'll be able to relate the things. You'll understand them well. Try to relate, think for a minute. Think for a minute. See, when we put the clothes for drying, we spread them and put. Means we are trying to increase the surface area. And secondly, whenever it's a very sunny day or especially during the summers, clothes will dry so fast. Yeah, means when the temperature is more, evaporation is taking place at a faster rate. Correct. And yeah, also on a windy days, clothes dry really very fast. Correct, Ginny. Somewhere I'm able to get it. Yes. But what about humidity? I've never heard this word before. What is humidity? Wow, Willia, you got all of them so correct. Okay, you don't know what humidity is, right? Let me tell you. Humidity is nothing but it is the amount of water vapor. The amount of water vapor in atmosphere is called as humidity. But how humidity is related to evaporation? Think that you have gone to a function, some marriage function is there, nicely you have eaten completely, your entire stomach is, and if I tell you, just eat this sweet, last finished, eat this. If I force you, will you be able to take this? No. You'll start resisting it, correct? You'll start resisting it. So here also, our atmosphere is also like your stomach. That stomach is full of water vapor. It's completely full of water vapor. So when I put the clothes for drying and I continuously supply the water vapor, will it be able to sustain that? No. It will start resisting. It will not absorb it. So at that time, my clothes will remain wet. They will not dry. That drying will not happen. It will happen, but very slow. It will decrease. So because of this reason, if the humidity in atmosphere is less, easily the atmosphere will start absorbing the water content. So hence, decrease in humidity is also a necessary factor for evaporation to take place at a faster rate, at a higher rate. So I hope you have understood all these factors very well. Understanding? Are you getting this? Jeannie, I had just asked what evaporation is and you told the entire history of it. But thank you so much. Literally, I understood everything. Thank you for that. Evaporation. Evaporation causes cooling effect. So this cooling effect is one of the applications of evaporation. And now just sanitizer is not the only example. There are so many other examples also. In summers we wear the cotton clothes. The reason behind wearing cotton clothes is the cooling effect what evaporation causes. And we use matkas in summers. It keeps the water cool for a longer period of time. And we have still got so many examples. So if you start exploring, Surely you'll come up with even more better examples, interesting examples.